Welcome to Naka Tales. Don't forget to subscribe. Nobody ever warned Emma and Lily Hartley about the price of betrayal. Identical twins in every sense, down to the sly curl in their smiles, they'd shared everything: a name, a birthday, clothes, dreams. What they never shared was the gravity of the choices that would one day rip their world apart. Emma was the elder by 8 minutes, the more gregarious of the pair, her laughter as bright as summer thunder. Lily, quieter and thoughtful, carried secrets like hidden gemstones in the folds of her heart. They grew up in a tight-knit suburban enclave, where everyone knew everyone's business. Yet the twins found ways to conceal even from each other the stirrings of restlessness that would shape their fates. By 23, Emma was head over heels for Alex Parsons, her college sweetheart, the kind of man who made her believe she could conquer the world. Lily fell for Jason Martinez, Alex's best friend, tall, easygoing, with eyes as deep and calm as desert wells. Every weekend, the two couples paired off. Emma danced in Alex's arms under neon club lights while Lily whispered dreams of travel into Jason's ear. Their lives were a perfect symmetry of shared hopes and mutual devotion. Yet perfection is a fragile illusion, and one summer night, that illusion shattered. Emma, flush from a promotion to junior marketing manager, accompanied Alex to a swanky gallery opening. On the rooftop terrace, she met Mark, an older, charming art dealer whose world-weary wit sparked something reckless in her heart. One flirtatious brush of the hand, a whispered compliment, and Emma, drunk on attention, leaned into the wrong kind of allure. Moments later, in a back office bathed in moonlight, they shared a kiss that tasted of forbidden excitement. Across town, Lily entertained Jason's invitation to a cookout, barbecue, bonfire, mellow tunes. The scent of smoke hung heavy, and when a musician friend, Stefan, offered to teach Lily Tom Waits lyrics on his guitar, she accepted. Stefan's voice was rough silk, and under the watchful gaze of flickering flames, Lily found herself drawn into a song, and then, in the hush that followed, into an embrace. Jason was inside fetching more drinks. When he returned, it was too late. Lily's heart raced with guilt and desire in equal measure. They came home that night carrying their secrets like cursed talismans. Alex sensed Emma's distance first, her eyes haunted, her laughter brittle. When he confronted her in their sunlit kitchen, she confessed, "I kissed him, Alex. I'm so sorry." His world tilted. Lily, too, unearthed her betrayal under Jason's tender inquiry. "I never meant to hurt you," she gasped, trembling, as she admitted the truth. Heartache turned to rage, and grief to resolve. They might have been spurned sisters once, but now Emma and Lily shared a common wound. Each had been betrayed by the one she trusted most. Unbeknownst to the twins, Alex and Jason, angry, humiliated, found each other in the aftermath. Their pain formed an ironclad bond. Over cold beers and darker confidences, they forged a plan of revenge so meticulous, so feral, it would echo for years. First, Emma. At a birthday party thrown 2 months later to honor Emma's promotion, Alex cornered her in their condo's half-lit den. He told her he'd forgiven the kiss, but not entirely. "You need to understand what you did," he whispered. That night, under the cheap glare of LED bulbs, he forced her into a betrayal of her own, slipping an STD positive letter into her makeup bag, her tainted twin. Within weeks, Emma discovered the diagnosis: chlamydia and gonorrhea, infections she could barely pronounce. Her world exploded. She'd never been sick. Now her body felt like a battlefield. And Alex, her supposed savior, watched her crumble, silence as cutting as any blade. Meanwhile, Jason embarked on a darker business. "She needs to learn," he murmured into his phone. Within days, Lily vanished. Jason told Emma in a trembling voicemail that Lily went on an unplanned trip. He begged forgiveness, but his eyes were hollow. Lily's apartment lay empty. Purse, phone, toothbrush, everything gone. Her car sat in the parking garage, engine cooled. No note. No goodbye. Desperate calls to the police turned up nothing. Jason feigned ignorance. "She left on her own," he insisted. Emma, reeling from her own infection, found herself alone, her half of the hall mirrored by an empty doorway. 2 months passed. Then came the ransom demand. A grainy video file arrived on Emma's phone. Lily, bound and bruised, huddled in a dusty warehouse, a stencil of a skull painted on the wall behind her. A man's voice, muffled, "You want her back, you'll pay up. $100,000, upfront. No cops." Their parents, grief-stricken and furious, emptied savings accounts, mortgaged the family home, offered every jewel they possessed. Desperate money wired around the world. But the calls went unanswered. Lily's captors, and there was no denying it now, were Mexican cartel operatives. She'd been sold to a man with a jagged scar across his cheek, who whispered curses in Nahuatl. In this underground network, people were currency, meat for unspeakable markets. Emma listened helplessly as her father's wheezing voice flooded her voicemail. "We tried. We did everything. She's gone." FBI agents stepped in. They traced the ransom wires to shell companies in Belize. They discovered half-buried compounds in remote jungles. Yet every raid netted empty rooms. Lily had vanished into the cartel's blood-soaked machine where no law could follow. Even high-level cooperation between the DEA and Mexican federals foundered in red tape and fear. Emma and Alex watched in mute horror as the search for Lily grew colder, more desperate, but never fruitful. Months blended into years. Emma's STD healed, but the scar on her heart never did. Alex and Jason, once inseparable in vengeance, drifted apart under the weight of their own guilt. Each night, they'd scrawl apologies in private diaries, but neither ever owns up to the role they played in forgiving, but also condemning, the women who once loved them. Then, on the eve of Emma's 27th birthday, 5 years after that first betrayal, an anonymous tip landed in the FBI's inbox, a single photograph of Lily, grown and gaunt, working behind the bar of a hidden speakeasy in Tijuana. The caption, "Horario, 10 p.m., Viernes." Agents mobilized in secret, mapping the location. Emma, jaded but still clinging to hope, flew to Tijuana under cover of darkness. When she slipped into the back door of the speakeasy, the air was thick with mezcal smoke and burnt sugar. Lily served drinks, her hair pulled back, eyes wary. Emma stood in the doorway, tears leaking down her cheeks. Lily froze, glass in hand, her face a harp of shock. "Sis," Emma whispered. "I'm here. I'm so sorry." Lily's lips trembled. "Don't. You're not sorry. You let me go." Before Emma could protest, cartel thugs surrounded her. Guns pressed against her ribs. Agents across the street moved to intervene, but Lily threw her arms around Emma, sobbing. "Take me with you," she begged. "I'll go home. Please." Emma's chest shattered. She grabbed Lily's trembling hands. "Always," she vowed. A shootout erupted, bullets ricocheted, glasses shattered, the room erupted into chaos. Emma felt a searing pain, a bullet grazing her shoulder. Lily screamed. Agents burst in, weapons drawn. Cartel thugs fell. In the smoke and adrenaline, Emma dragged Lily into the street. Jason and Alex, both there as witnesses, fired rounds into the air to hold off pursuing henchmen. In the aftermath, Lily was flown to San Diego. Emma, blooded but triumphant, visited her sister in a sterile hospital room. The bullet had nicked her clavicle. She'd be scarred, but alive. Lily's eyes, once hollow, glimmered with life again. But the shocking twist came hours later, in the pale glow of the midnight hospital hallway. Lily, her voice thick with pain, whispered, "Emma, look." She pointed to the doctor's screen. 2 lines. Positive. HIV, and not just hers. Emma's test result, the same. The moment froze time. Emma sank to the floor as pain coursed through her spirit. The sister she'd fought so hard to rescue, her twin, had inadvertently passed on the disease to her. The blow was final, merciless. The twin bond had come at an unspeakable price. In that sterile hallway, they held each other, tears mingling. Their faces bore the aftermath of a war neither had chosen but both had fought. Beneath the fluorescent lights, they made a pact: no more revenge, no more veils of betrayal. If the world had broken them, they would heal together, come what may. The FBI never caught the cartel kingpin who'd held Lily captive, and many questions remain unanswered. The twins returned to Colorado, their vows of sisterhood renewed, Emma would navigate her illness, Lily would stand by her side, and together they'd build a life tempered by forgiveness. And so, dear listener, this hot one tale of reckless love and savage revenge culminates not in triumph or retribution, but in a final, heartbreaking twist: salvation and suffering, hand in hand. Two sisters, once divided by betrayal, now united in a bond deeper than any heartbreak. They had paid a cold, merciless price, but emerged tempered steel, unbroken. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that test the limits of love, revenge, and the ties that bind us against all odds. This was Naka Tales, where truth is stranger, and often darker, than fiction.